Hello, so this is Filthbreed, which, as you might imagine from the name, is a delightful pony riding experience. Yeah, it's not a horror game at all. Yeah, this is an indie horror game. I quite like it. Has quite a disturbing feel to it. I've heard it related to both Silent Hill and also Condemned. And it does have shades of both, to be honest, but it's its own thing at the same time. It's quite short, admittedly, but what you do get is really interesting. Really looking forward to whatever the developer does next. Controls are pretty basic. It's the usual WASD key or arrows for movement, and then left mouse button to shoot, and then scroll to put your weapon away. And you have to balance having your weapon out to fight enemies or having it put away to interact with the environment to find items. Admittedly, it's a pretty short game, so it doesn't factor in all that much, but it's an interesting mechanic all the same. Okay, so yeah, if you look, it does have a similar visual style to like Condemned. Everything looks very grotty and disgusting, and the trash just piled up in the corridors. It's dingy and rotten and just unpleasant to look at. Yeah. And also the files. I can't remember what the files were like in Condemned. I guess they're somewhere between Condemned and Silent Hill in terms of content. Okay. Oh, and it's about a cult as well, so I guess that's another Silent Hill reference. Yeah. So there's only one type of enemy, these guys. It's worth mentioning as well, I think the developers actually mentioned one of the influences for this was Mimic, the is it Del Toro film, Mimic? The 90s Mimic film at any rate. The one about cockroaches that are hiding, cockroaches that have evolved to resemble people, like they're the size of people, and they disguise themselves to look like people. So I'm sure you can guess what we're fighting when we shoot those guys. Hint, it might be cockroaches, I'm guessing. I mean, they have that sort of movement to them, don't they? Like the way their head's moving. Yeah, that's really weird. I seem to remember there being notes in Condemned. I just can't remember what the content was like. Were they weird or were they just like informative? Because Silent Hill has some weird ones, doesn't it? Okay. And I'm guessing that is some cultists. That doesn't sound good. Oh, sweet Jesus, what the hell is that? God damn. Yeah, I mean, Mimic was a really interesting film. Like, it didn't go everywhere it could have gone. Jesus, what the hell is that? Oh yeah, there's more of them, isn't there? They're like on the ceiling and stuff. What the hell is that though? Oh, okay, let's get out of here. But like, Mimic was an interesting film. It didn't go everywhere it could have gone with the subject matter, I don't think. Oh. But then it was like a pretty out there concept, wasn't it? Like cockroaches evolving. Cockroaches evolving to like imitate us. I can't remember why though. Like, were the cockroaches in danger, or was it just like a random mutation? I forget most of that movie. This is very Silent Hill-y though. Like the idea that the cult is aware of how like normal religions view them, and their view on the world is that all the other religions and all the other viewpoints are corrupt, and they're the only ones who see the world as it is. Though I guess that is how cults generally see themselves. Damn, that looks good. Oh, sweet Jesus. Hello, do you need help? Oh god. Nesting inside him, what? Oh. Oh god, yeah. Those are giant cockroaches. Can I go home now? Please? I like this though, like it is only short, it's only like 10 minutes I think. I like, oh shit. But I'd love to see like this expanded out into a proper game. There's so many concepts that could really work in survival horror games, or in horror games in general. Like so many themes and tropes. Themes and storylines, I guess, is better description. They just never come up. I mean, like, not to tangent too much, but like Dino Crisis and the dinosaurs in that's a really cool idea. But after the few Dino Crisis games we've got, and a few dinosaur games in general, it's never really come up again in horror since the 90s or the early noughties. And this could be really interesting if it was a longer experience. I'm not blaming the developer though, because I mean, obviously these things cost money, but I mean, it'd be so cool to have a whole game based around something like this. But yeah, let's get out of here. Giant human cockroaches be damned. Oh, and it's also worth noting the game does have multiple endings, which I will show you. Yeah, so it looks as though they were using them to nest in. So we got the third ending already. I think that's just the basic ending if you complete the game. There's 2 more endings I want to show. There's 3 endings in total, so it's basically the other 2 endings. And then 1 more thing I want to show off, which is pretty cool. The first ending, ending 1, is very easy to get. Once you start the game, you just simply turn around and exit. So that's ending 1, where we're a scaredy pants who runs away. Okay, so we'll go for ending 2 now. This one's also easy to get. I mean, you wouldn't really expect anything else from a game that's only about 10 minutes long. All we need to do is just find an enemy and then just run away from them and flee. Okay, we can't run in this, but we'll walk away very briskly and then just exit. I mean, it is the sensible decision when you think about it, isn't it? I actually think this is my favourite of the endings, just because of the story. Like how disturbing this little blurb is. Yeah, that's the second ending. So 1 more thing I want to show off. It's actually what happens when you die, because it's quite weird. A little, well, I want to say psychedelic, but at least visually migraine inducing. Oh god. Oh god. Yep,